Listen, I used to think diet and nutrition so much. I used to track everything, eat foods that I didn't like, and literally feel like I'm just spinning my wheels. And after years of trying this, I finally figured it out. And this is the exact framework I used to lose over 50 pounds, build muscle while also losing fat. And it's a very simple system which still works, which is why I still use it today. So by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to eat to build muscle and lose fat at the same time, all without cutting out the foods that you actually like or feeling hungry all the time. I remember the first time I actually saw how people go about losing weight. I was about 12, 13 years old, and my sister wanted to go ahead and get on a diet. And one day she comes home with this big bag of groceries with just a bunch of chicken and broccoli and vegetables and rice and all this shit. And she was meal prepping, right? She was putting everything into bags and getting everything ready. And I remember being in the kitchen watching her do this and being like, bro, she was just like so excited. She's like, I'm just gonna change the way I eat and I'm gonna lose a bunch of weight. Behold, she didn't do it, right? And that really gave me an insight to how people look at losing weight, especially back then. But nowadays, people are more, there's more information about how to lose weight correctly as far as diet is concerned. And really it comes down to this, and this is gonna be calories in versus calories out. If you're eating less than what your body needs a day, you're gonna lose weight. If you eat more than what your body needs a day, you're gonna gain weight. Now, the types of foods that you put into your body, that is where things get very wishy-washy, where people have different opinions on what matters. But here is the very, very key thing that matters here. As long as the calories is less than what you put in your body, you will lose weight. It doesn't matter if it's cake and pizza or if it's broccoli and chicken. If it is less at the end of the day, at the end of the week, you're in a deficit, you are gonna lose weight, guaranteed. Now, when putting on muscle, people seem to get confused because they don't know how to eat to put on muscle. They just throw in an extra chicken breast, an extra little piece of fish, and they think that covers it. When really it comes down to your protein goal. Out of all of those calories that you're eating per day, how much of that is protein? You need a certain amount of protein to actually make sure your muscles are getting the proper stimulus it needs in order to grow. So if you're eating under your calories, but you're only eating fruits, vegetables, things that don't have any protein in it, it's gonna be very hard for you to put in muscle because your body, your muscles don't have the nutrients that it needs to grow, even if you're hitting everything else right. So the main thing here is gonna be getting your protein intake up. That's gonna be getting at least 1 gram per body weight that you are. If you're very overweight, like if you're 20, 30 pounds overweight, whatever your goal body weight is, that is the amount of protein that your body is going to need to make sure you're actually getting enough proper nutrients to build the muscle. Now, the main reason most people fall off of diets, they may have so many different reasons on why. They're not disciplined enough, they don't have the willpower, they don't have the energy. The main reason most people fall off of diets when they get onto it is because of one very, very critical thing, and that is because they cannot control their hunger. Hunger is gonna be your worst enemy when it comes to dieting, but don't worry, I have a trick to get around hunger. And if you're curious on why, it ultimately goes back to evolutionary times, right? Back then, when we had to hunt for our food, hunger was a warning of you need to eat now. You need to get some food into your body or else you're not gonna survive. Nowadays, that is no longer a problem. Survival is not a problem nowadays because there's food on every corner. So what is hunger telling you? It's still telling you the same thing. You won't survive. So it's trying to force you to eat. And because it is so hardwired, since our bodies are so hardwired for survival, when you get hungry, you are literally fighting against your will to survive. So when people get hungry, they think, oh, why don't I just have more discipline? Why don't I just have more willpower to not eat? It's not that simple because it is literally hardwired into you to eat food when you're hungry. So I don't blame anybody, and I didn't blame myself when I would always fall off because I was hungry. You just have to learn ways to get around the hunger or just to not get hungry in the first place, which I'm gonna go into in the next part of the video. And if you're looking at me, you're like, yo, bro, you look like you eat too much, bro. Probably. I do look big. I went on a bit of a bulk. I kind of did it a little bit overboard, right? But this is a perfect opportunity to show you guys exactly how to lose weight. Go ahead and follow my Instagram down below, and I'm going to show you in real time how to lose weight. So by that summer of 2026, which is about 5-6 months away, which is the perfect amount of time you need to lose weight, I can show you exactly how I'm gonna get my abs once again with all this new build muscle. So if you're interested in that, to watch so you can learn and actually maybe even just copy me because I'm gonna be sharing everything on my Instagram. So go ahead and hit the link down below and follow. We know what the main problem is. The main problem is the fact that you're fucking hungry and I'm fucking hungry. I'm hungry right now, but there's gonna be ways to go around that. And the number one thing that helped me in order to make sure that I'm not eating when I'm not supposed to, and when I'm eating and when I actually get to eat, I feel fulfilled, it is creating a eating schedule. Just like how you have a schedule for when you wake up, when you go to work, when you go to school, and your body works the same way. The reason you wake up at the same time every day, not as tired as when you're trying to adjust to a new schedule, is because your body adapts to it. Your body does that the same way with food. If you have an eating schedule, I eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner, right? Or I only eat breakfast and I only eat dinner, or I just have a big dinner. Whatever works for you best is gonna be the schedule that you're gonna wanna stick to. And I always recommend putting it around the way that you live your life. Let's say, for example, you have work from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., whatever, with an hour lunch in between. All right, so you wake up at 6. Well, you know, at 6 o'clock, you're not really hungry. You just woke up. It's really early in the morning. I don't feel like eating. Great. Skip that part, save the calories. You get to lunchtime. Now I'm hungry. Okay, awesome. Now I'm gonna eat half of my calories here. I'm gonna save a snack for snack time. After the work, I go to the gym. I get home, I make dinner, and bam, done, right? Even though you may be hungry at work, you may be hungry at the gym, the thing is you're at work. You're at the gym. There's no food available at work. There's no food available while you're working, right? If you don't fucking work like in a bakery or some shit. But there's no food in your work. There's no food at the gym if it's a good gym, right? So you are basically putting yourself in these situations where you do not have food when you are hungry. So you don't have a choice but to not eat, right? And then when you are actually at your hungriest is when you're eating, so you feel the most fulfilled. That is the key right there. Eating 1 or 2 times a day actually made me the most fulfilled. It gave me the most satisfaction because I was full at the end of the day. I was full when I wanted to be full. And in between the times when I'm a little hungry, I'm not thinking about the hunger because I'm working, because I'm doing something. I recommend whatever your lifestyle is, whenever you're busiest, I would recommend putting that time aside to just do the work, to just work, do whatever that you can to not actually be available to eat the food, because that's gonna save you the calories. So that's number one. That's just building your schedule around how you want to eat, how you wanna maintain your hunger. Now, if you don't wanna get hungry at all, this is where the real fun part is, which is what you're gonna be eating, putting into your body. Now, when I saw my sister when I was younger and I saw her buy all these foods that she's never eaten before in her life, I should have been like, red flag right there. How are you gonna do something? How are you just gonna switch what you're eating? Like, you've never eaten that. You don't like broccoli. Why the fuck you buying broccoli, right? But people are gonna do that because that's what we're told. We're supposed to eat healthy food. When really in reality, what is king is consistency in dieting. Consistency, the ability to do it day in and day out is the key. So if you can eat a piece of broccoli, like a really healthy fruit bowl every day that you don't like every day, versus eating something less healthy that's still kind of healthy. Let's say it's a fruit bowl, but only fruits that you kind of like plus some unhealthy stuff in there, right? I would rather you eat the stuff that has unhealthy stuff than the fruit bowl. Even though it's technically healthier, you can actually maintain eating that shit every day because you actually like it. Eat food that you like. And a real easy guide for this is the 80-20 rule. 80% of the food that you're gonna put in your body is gonna be food that you actually like. Leave 20% of that food to be stuff that maybe you wanna experiment with. I should eat more vegetables. 20% I'll throw a little bit of vegetables here. I should eat more fruit, put a little fruit here. I should eat more healthy fats, put a little avocado here, right? Whatever. Because maintaining consistency is the most important part. Like I said earlier, whatever it's calories in versus calories out, it does not matter the calories, where they come from. It just matters the calories, right? Now, if you want to get technical, healthier food makes you feel more full, right? Whole grains make you feel more full than starchy carbs, right? Like white potatoes versus sweet potatoes, you're gonna feel more full on sweet potatoes. So yes, the healthier food will make you feel fuller, but if you're not gonna enjoy it, I'd rather you just not do it at all. Now, here is the secret sauce that I do myself, that I recommend most people do if you really want to take the effort out of dieting. And this is that every morning when I wake up, I eat 6 eggs with 4 pieces of ham. I make them and I put them into little egg and ham tacos, eat them like that. with a side. When I get to work, I eat a snack of an apple and I eat a protein bar and with some coffee, right? It's fucking awesome. I love it. This is healthy food that I also enjoy, and I eat them just about every day. Just about every day I eat that. Dinner, come home, chicken and rice with some yogurt, some strawberries, and some more snacks that I like that aren't really that healthy. But I like it, and I do it every day. Now I know some people can't eat the same food every day. They say, I get sick of eating the same food every day. That's where you get variety. That's where in the morning, if I don't want eggs, because I'm sick of eggs for whatever reason, I have some tuna I can eat. If I don't want tuna, I have some breakfast sausage I can eat, right? I have lean breakfast turkey, right? You want to find alternatives to each of the meals. So for breakfast, whatever meals you decide you want to eat, whether it's breakfast, if you don't eat breakfast, if it's a lunch, whatever it is, you want to have 3 to 4, maybe even 5 alternatives per food source that you eat. So for a protein, instead of eggs, I have tuna. Instead of tuna, I have, right, lean ham. Instead of ham, I'll have turkey breast, something like that, right? You want to have all these variables because every day when you eat, you want to be able to rotate into them if you cannot eat the same things every day. I can eat the exact same meals every day and I am 100% satisfied. So I really only rotate between 2 or 3. With the occasional weekend, you go to a restaurant, right? And I also apply the 80-20 rule to this. 80% of the food I eat is the same food. 20% of the time, maybe I'll experiment with something else. But keeping this on schedule and keeping this consistent is what gives you the results that you're looking for. Consistency. This is what I did to lose the 40, 50 pounds. Right, per loss. And this is what I'm gonna be doing in my Instagram stories. You're gonna see I'm eating the same foods every day. Or if I'm not eating the same food, I'm changing it to a different food that I also eat every day, right? This is the way I do it. This is what worked for me. And it made it very, very simple. So I don't have to think about dieting because the number one thing that I said at the beginning is I just overthought it. It's not that hard. When you do it like this, you keep it very simple, very repeatable, very consistent, and you literally lose weight like that because you know exactly how to do it. So at the very end, action steps, get your calories. Go to a calorie counter, find out how many calories you eat a day, and then find out what you want your goal weight to be and make sure you're getting that amount of protein in grams per day. And that's literally it. That's literally it. That's all you do. Just go negative in the calories and hit your protein goals. You will literally gain muscle if you're lifting correctly, as well as losing fat as long as you follow this formula, okay? That's literally it, guys. And if you need more help and if you want a video that goes even deeper into a lot of the mistakes you want to avoid when doing this, make sure you click this video right here to watch it. And if you need more help, go ahead and click the link down below. I'm taking 3 one-on-one clients to transform their body for the new year in 2026, to get the abs, to get their body that they finally want to achieve for all this time. Because I promise you, once you have the formulas, once you know how to do it, it is so relieving to be able to choose how you want to look. So anyways, guys, watch this video here if you need, and I'll see you guys next time.